Alright guys, welcome back to Trading Daily. Um, you know, I'm a failing trader still. I got a lot to work on. I've made a lot to lose a lot, made a lot and lost a lot again. Well, that's not the point here. The goal is to review the trading day every single day. One of these days I'm going to create a video where I talk about my strategy and just how I look at risk management. But for now, let's start off with July 31st. So for me personally, I like to start off with the 1 hour and then make my way down to the 5 minute. I'm a scalper by nature. So July 30th. There's not much. Like this is one big huge wick. There's a few stuff happening in between here, so we can just add some lines and we'll make adjustments after. And right now all I'm doing is I'm just plotting out the chart, right? I know hindsight is always a lot easier to look at, but you have to get used to this. You have to be doing this daily, so then when you do get to the real thing, you can execute, right? Because that's the most important part about this. So as far as what I see, this would be the main part of it. On the hourly, let's go down to 30 minutes, see if there's anything else. I'm sure there's nothing else. This is a pretty basic chart that we have right now. August 6th. Let's find this. Alright, perfect. It's right here again. Okay, so there's definitely something here. Let's just continue, we'll break it down after. There's a little pullback over here we could identify as well. So I'll just plop something right there as well too. And then nothing else really. Oh, and also the session I have highlighted, it's pretty much New York session. So I'm looking at the Eastern time, so this is going to be it's pretty much highlighted from 7:30 a.m. all the way to 5:30. Obviously, I'm not going to trade at 5:30. If my futures broker or the market closes closer to 4:30 Chicago time, which is an hour behind my Eastern time zone. But anyway, let's continue plotting this out. So we're on a 30 minute. Now we're looking at our 15 minute. So 15 again, it looks a lot more interesting. See, we have solid closes below structure lows in the current session, which again is really good. And now our 5 minute. So for the 5 minute, it should look pretty similar. Price comes down, up, $9 move, and then it finally breaks out and it closes. And there's even a little retest here as well too, right? If you look closely, right? Price pulls down, it closes below, pulls back up, but it can't close quite above our line that we have here. So support becomes resistance, and then it pushes all the way down. As far as a take profit, I don't know where to put my take profit, but again, I would stick to my risk reward, right? It would pretty much be 1 to 2 risk reward. So if I'm risking $2.50, I plan on making at least $5, making a $5 move on this. Some people will probably make more depending on how they trade. I know sometimes what I do is, if I'm in a good position or I feel like it's a good position, I just set it to break even while it's at $3 in, and then move the take profit and let the rest trail out. So again, just looking at July 31st, all you have here is just a big move. I think there's probably one or two opportunities to trade. As far as taking buys here, I don't think I'd have the hindsight to actually do that. There's nothing telling me to actually take buys, especially if it looks like we're moving down. Like if you look at it from this side, I guess you probably wouldn't really see that, but you know, overall it's still down, right? We haven't really broken structure too much. Anyway, I think there's at least 2-3 opportunities. So let's say you do take the bites here and you bite. Uh, you know, you'll probably end up in a good position, right? $5 and then 250 risk. Woo. That's still pretty good. Okay, so let's say you hit take profit, and then over here you try to take buys again because you see, you know, there's no wick. You probably may not even get this. No, you wouldn't get it. So you would just graze it, and then price makes a huge move to the downside, which again is $11. Pulls up for a retest twice, pulls down and up again, second retest, and then all the way down. This move was, you know, really big, right? Like that's a $50 move. You don't usually see that, but I can tell you that had to do with the trade wars that's happening between the U.S. and China. Anyway, after this move, we made a lower high, and then we didn't really come back to here. So as far as trading opportunities go, it may have been done. I know some people who would actually take sells, you know, over here after it breaks down, or even after the close of the 5 minute. But it really depends on the type of trader you are, right? Alternatively, if you're looking at the 15-minute, what you could have done also is just taking the trade after the close of this candle here, and just expect a fill just based off the momentum, right? Because as you can see, this the body is pretty much bigger than everything else to the left, and it managed to continue, right, along with the fundamentals that pushed it across. Anyway, as far as timing goes, 9:30, there wasn't much of a push, and again, that could have been due to, you know, the high impact news, right, between the US and China. Investors were expecting something to happen or Trump to say something. So again, it's about expectations and just really managing your risk.